This is a preview of our 26th of July antique sale, and got some diverse items again as usual. So I'll just show you a few of the things that stand out to me. This is one of the obvious things, something that every man cave should have, a classic pinball machine. So this is in full working order. It's a Gottlieb sing-along. It's 1967. All lights up, there's bells and whistles, and it's fantastic. And it's been, we've had it going this week. Will's got the high score currently, but it's an American setup thing. So originally it took a quarter, but it's been adapted for old 10p's now, I think. But someone has just recently replaced all the rubber belts on the mechanism there. But isn't that brilliant? It's all sort of slightly worn from being in a bar somewhere, I expect, in America. But I think that's brilliant. The estimate is 600 to 800. I'm sure it's worth all of that, and hopefully a bit more, really. But the classic old ones don't come up very often. And also, it's not too big. You know, some of these are enormous pinball machines, but this, you could squeeze this in to the smallest man cave. So that's a favourite item there. We'll just wander down here and have a look. There's a few clocks being set up here at the moment. A couple of really nice, very good value, these 18th century long case clocks. I mean, those are really fine things. Look at that. So it's got a rolling moon phase dial up here. Look at that, it's ticking away at the moment, so running nicely. It is 18th century and it's in immaculate condition. Now that you can pick up for about £500 at the moment. So that's what I would expect that to make. There's another similar one over here that is a London-made one from Lincoln's Inn, the maker of this one. But what a beautiful clock, similar sort of price. Isn't that amazing? You can buy that sort of thing for £500. I think 10 years ago that would have been 1,500 to 2,000. Actually, I'll just show you this. This, just reverse a little bit, Will. A Robin Day designed armchair there. So a classic bit of 70s or 80s designer furniture there. That's sort of £200 or £300 worth. Very fashionable art here. Still being set up at the moment, so we'll just wander through this heap of stuff. And there's a 19th century musical box. This is called a polyphon. So this is the prelude to the record player. So these play these metal discs which have these little holes punctured in them. And if you look underneath here, there's a metal comb. And so this tune is played on that tiny comb here. And in a moment, you wouldn't believe the sound that comes from just that little comb there. So that places on there. That goes on there. You pull the button. Isn't that amazing that sound comes from that tiny little comb there? There it is. So it's 19th century. It'll be a Swiss-made musical instrument, and it's in immaculate condition. The comb is nearly always damaged on those, but that's all there. It's worth about £300 or £400, something like that. We wander along here. We've got some lovely bronzes this time. This is a lovely bronze figure here of a crouching woman. There's a Russian bronze here. These are all sort of £300 or £400. Bronze polar bear on a marble pond. It's an attractive thing, isn't it? See lots of paperweights coming through, but very few that are of this sort of quality. This is Baccarat glass, and it's around 1850. It's quite a well-known model of paperweight, but they're extremely rare. And when you look at this through a magnifying glass, it's absolutely minuscule detail. They're really fascinating things. And then it's got this little rope of Latticino glass around the outside edge as well. When you look closely, you think, how on earth do they make that? It's tiny. The estimate is about 300 to 500, but I have seen that model making nearer 1,000, so that's one to watch to see quite what it makes. This is a knife. It's Korean. So this is called a jangdo. It's the sort of knife that a lady would have worn all the time for self-protection. It has on the front here, just move this out of the way, that is a pair of chopsticks. So a lady would have carried this The reason to carry chopsticks is so that she could use them without fear of being poisoned through using other people's chopsticks. So you'd always carry your own. There's the knife. Some people think that these are for self-protection, and some people say that they're for committing suicide if you're molested, to save dishonour in your family. I'm not sure which is right, but it's about 1850, the date of that one, so mid-19th century, and the estimate is going to be 1,000 to 1,500, could be a little bit more than that, but a very rare knife there. From the sublime to the ridiculous, a Mickey Mouse perfume bottle. Look at that, it's an original 1920s, I suppose, this one. And there's, unfortunately, it's all disintegrated on the back. This should be the puffer to puff the perfume through his nose. So it's porcelain and tin plate. Again, another rare thing. £200 or £300, I suppose, something like that. So this sale is on the internet now. The catalogue's online. There are photographs of everything in the sale, and so you can browse through the whole lot. On the pinball theme, we've got Tommy. This is the entire Tommy film on 35mm reel. So if you happen to have a 35mm projector at home, that's the original production of that while you're playing your pinball machine. So there we are. The sale's next Wednesday, viewing Tuesday here in the sale room. It'll all be set up by then from 9 till 7 in the evening. Come and have a look. Thank you very much.